okay, theme 4, so we have 3 more, 4, 5, and 6 to go, is that all of your plots, and I might even say, sort of put in here, and analysis, all have to come from code. Okay, and so here's what I mean by that. We are definitely moving away from this, using Excel. So on the first crater lab, you'll have some heights and you'll have some crater diameters. And we're just not going to start creating columns of numbers if this is all just too manual, but I'll just let it go, let the video run. I realize this is an awkward silence, but I'm sitting here watching the thing. I made this video last year and I don't even quite remember how it comes out. But we need an H column, a D column, and as you'll find, the log of H and the log of D. So we're, I'm putting the formula here and doing all the copying. And this is just, really cumbersome for the scientists. So we're not doing this. So all my typos in there. Oh, messed up on my copy there. Okay, here we go. And I want to make a chart. I never know where to look for a chart. There it is. I found it up there. I never know which one to choose. Oh, I lost the ribbon there. Oh, it's scattering or something like that. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to get this going here because it's so, it's such an, the plot that comes out is just so ugly. Series 1, horizontal bars, weird looking diamonds with shadows in them, no error bars. It was just a lot of work. Also the typing and the cutting and the highlighting. We're just not doing that. Okay. So you need to go from that, maybe that you did in intro physics, also into this. So this is MATLAB, but as we said, Mathematica, Python, Jupyter Notebooks are just fine. It's where your constants are starting to go in as variables now. So there's a mass of 66, looks like centigrams or something. Well, I don't know what it is, but it's divided by 100, so I can get conversion in there. I can get a G in there. And then here's where my D and H come in. You just put them in an array like that. And there's my errors right there. Okay, there's those error arrays that I was talking about. So what I'm sort of saying here is these are some diameters I measured here, and the error in the diameters are 0.5. So 6 plus or minus 0.5, 7 plus or minus 0.5, and so on. Then there's some heights that I was measuring here, and there's some uncertainties in those. So this is a much better way of doing this. That's essentially your data's in the code there. And then we need some things like, I think the data that I took here was in centimeters. There's a quick conversion to meters. We're not going to make another column and do equals something divided by 100. You just have MATLAB or Mathematica divide the whole list by 100 like that. Errors the same way. And then we needed some log in there. So you see, I hope you get the point here. Oh, and this is a nice statement in here, is that there is some energy that's needed, which is MGH, the potential energy of the projectile that you'll be using. And so you just put it in as MGH, and it's very clear. We can see what you're talking about, and there's no hidden formulas in Excel, like equals A1 times B2 times D3 or something, where your G and your M and your H may have happened to be. So this is really what you need to be doing. And here is some actual code here that, this is sort of something that we're hoping you turn in, and that what happens is you just run this code, just hit run, and everything just happens for you. Okay, everything is converted. There might even be some commas in here, so we know what you're talking about. And you just press run, and your plot just appears. And then maybe there's a keyboard pause or not in there, but it just keeps running, and your result is even going to be spit out in the end. And so, of course, the options that you can use are, of course, MATLAB and Mathematica and Python. The Jupyter Notebooks are very popular. Octave is actually a free open source version of MATLAB. I've had some pretty good success with it. The fitters are a little odd, but you can maybe try using that if you like the open source bit here. And just, it all has to happen via code and coding, no clicking, okay? No Excel, no clicking, anything like that. We really want you to demonstrate that you're hitting run just one time on your code. And that's after many iterations and debugging and figuring things out. We acknowledge you're not just going to type all this in and hit run and you're done, but out comes any neat result, like the graph and the final result. And so even like if you're doing something like having to calculate G, but maybe G depend on other parameters like X, Y, and B, you would actually put the formula in for G. I don't know what we're doing here, but X over 2 times Y plus B or something like that would be how you calculate your G. And it may even be that some of these parameters here might have come from a curve fit. So you have to know how to extract fit parameters and then use them in a final calculation to make something work out. Okay, so those are sort of the options. So again, we are emphasizing code for your analysis or analysis through code, any way you want to think about it, where we're just done with the clicking and the columns and all those grids and things like that. Okay. Technical writing, next video. We'll hit it next video.